Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can use make.com to automate your entire content repurposing process. Super sick automation that I came up with to help me save over 2 hours of content repurposing every week. And that is the repurposing of my weekly newsletter to 5 tweets, 5 LinkedIn posts, and it's all done automatically using make.com. And I don't have to lift a finger. The only thing that I'm in charge of is deciding whether the content is good enough to be scheduled or not. So think about it as being your own CEO, where you get a little AI assistant that's going to email you after it's repurposed all the content and saying, "Hello, good sir, your content is ready to be reviewed." Now, if that sounds fun to you, that sounds interesting, then I am going to be breaking that down in detail right now. If you don't know who I am, I'm Michael Daigler. I teach you how to leverage AI to streamline your content processes and business workflows, whether that be creation, automation, repurposing, all the good stuff. And so if you're interested in that kind of stuff, please check out my school. It's free. Link in the description below. It's a great community of people where we all just talk about the intersection of human creativity and future technologies that are going to enable us to be even more creative. Now, that being said, let's get in the video. Alright guys, so I'm going to just kind of go over the beginning of it right now. So as you can see here, we have the starting point being a module where we're watching our Beehiiv newsletter. And what it's going to do is it's going to get the publication, and then we're going to scrape that publication. We're going to save it to Airtable, and then we have this router here. And this router is going to do a couple of things. It's going to run and order these different paths, and the final path being an email to myself. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I'm not fully automating this because I want to be able to review this. So instead, what I opted for was having all the content be repurposed automatically, and then once it's all done, I will get a notification emailed to me saying, "Hello, good sir, your content is ready to be repurposed." And then I'm able to go and review it manually, decide if I like it or not. And if I do like everything, then it's going to be scheduled automatically once I say okay. So let's talk about how we are connecting our Beehiiv account here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you over here really quickly with a new module how to do this. So we're going to, if you go to, you can search Beehiiv in the modules, and then you can look for post. So watch for post sends, and this is what you're going to want to do. You're going to come here, and you can add another hook. And so let's just say like new Beehiiv hook, and you would go and you would copy this address. And now this is where we have to go to Beehiiv, and you will actually need to put this in your Beehiiv integrations to make this whole thing work. So let me show you that really quickly. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to settings, and you will want to go to integrations, and we will go to webhooks. And so this is where you're going to create a new endpoint, and you will paste the webhook that you got from Make here. Put some description like this, some description, and then you want to select post sent. Next, and then you will save that. And with that being said, let's get back to the rest of the video. I'll also drop a good video that Beehiiv actually made about this as well for using webhooks, and I'll put that in the description below if you have any questions. So back to Make. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be setting up our webhook from Beehiiv to trigger this Make automation. So I'm going to show you how this works, but essentially what we're doing is every time we send out a post, we're going to have a little trigger inside of Beehiiv, and what it's going to do is it's just going to call this what we call a webhook, and a webhook is basically just a URL that says start this process. That is what it means in this context. So if you don't know anything else about webhooks, that's what it means right now. There's a webhook here. We have this webhook. Beehiiv is going to, if I can draw a little something? Let's say we got our newsletter. We got our newsletter here. Newsletter goes out, and then we then have a little trigger that is calling this little URL saying start. I'm not even gonna try to. All right, come on. All right, I'm a very artistic person, but that's pretty much how it works. And once we do that, it's going to get the post with this module right here, view post. Once we've done that, we're going to scrape it with Apify, save that content to Airtable, which will be right here in this table right here, newsletter posts. And then we have the router, and the router is basically going to run through each and every one of these branches. Maybe if I auto-align this, might be... Oh, that is so much nicer. Oh my goodness. Shout out make.com for doing this. But anyways, the first branch is just generating 5 tweets at a time. The second one is generating a single tweet. And the third one is generating a LinkedIn post. And so why do I have 5 tweets in a single tweet? Well, that's because I didn't really know if I wanted to generate 5 or 1 when I repurpose. So I have a filter here. When I right click, set up filter for Twitter. Here it is, repurpose if Twitter and wants 5 tweets. Right there, condition, 5 tweets equals 5 tweets. So this is just like a hard-coded thing that is saying, so if I wanted to change this to basically just be like, if 5 tweets, does like if it's not equal to like no tweets or something, I'll just put something else there. And then it won't actually go through this branch. And that's just kind of what I've been doing as a sort of hacky way to decide if I want to make the 5 tweets or not. So for now, I do want to make the 5 tweets. And what's going to happen is we will take the content from the newsletter that we scrape. And we have this big prompt. I go through these prompts for most of my videos, and I tell you what's going on inside of these. If you want access to these, you can just join my school. It's free, link in description. Just message me, ask me if you want them. I will be more than happy to share some of the prompts that I have been crafting for free, because it does not help to keep these a secret when you're trying to make everybody more prolific so they can focus on their creativity. It does me no good to keep the prompts from people. After that, well, first let me just say one thing. I have this output for the tweets being in tags such as tweet_1, tweet_2, etc., etc. And then I'm using a tweet or a text parser, not a tweet parser. And I have this regular expression. Again, if you don't know how to make regular expressions, they have online generators, and you also have ChatGPT-4, your smartest buddy that you've ever had in your entire life. Just ask it how to make a regex for whatever you're trying to make a regex for. And so basically what this does is it finds where this pattern occurs, where there's tweet underscore and then a positive integer. That's all that means. And so every time, so when we output the 5 tweet tags, where it's like tweet_1, _2, _3, it's going to pull out all those. We're going to iterate over each and every single one of them. And then these are a set of functions to just get like the current time, set it to a future random time in the future, and we save it to Airtable. And then we do the same thing for LinkedIn. We have a LinkedIn post, and it's the same kind of thing. And then once it's all done, I email myself a link to an interface on the Airtable that I've saved all this repurposed content to. And the email just simply says, "Hello, good sir, your content has been repurposed," or something like that, I believe. I just thought it'd be fun, and there's 2 reasons actually why I do the email. One is because I want to keep the human in the loop, so I don't want these being scheduled just without my knowing. And so just getting the email means that all I have to do is focus on what output is good and not actually repurposing all this stuff myself. The second reason is it is kind of fun to just pretend like you're your own CEO of your content system and have something say, "Good sir, your content is repurposed." So if that sounds like a fun time to you, let's go through a demo of this, and then I will break down how we are scheduling the repurposed content after. So I'm going to run this once. We're going to wait for new data. I'm going to trigger this, and because I post these only once a week, I have a post ID in my in Postman, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit send because it's hitting the webhook, and now you can see that we are scraping this information. There we go. It's the LinkedIn Gold Rush, scraping the content. And so I'm going to just let this run, and we'll get back to talking about what to do next once this has all been finished. Okay, and it looks like we're done. And now I'm going to go to my inbox. And there is, your repurposed content is ready to schedule, good sir. Review and schedule. This is taking me to my interface. And now, the magic happens. Yes, I know there's no names, don't worry about that, but what I do see here is I see the content that has been repurposed, and it also shows me which newsletter that it was associated with. So it's like, okay, where's this content coming from? Oh, I remember that, yes, so the LinkedIn Gold Rush, writing the video wave, that was my most recent post. I'll link that in the description if you're interested to see my thoughts on that as well. And then all I do is I go through these, and so this is, of course, for Twitter, so we see riding the LinkedIn wave, a 3-phase strategy to go from newbie to guru, start with AI tools for content creation, then help others, and finally teach your process. After that, yeah, so we've got all these, and now what I would do is I'm going to schedule these for, they're already scheduled for certain times that are out in the future. As you can see, future dates, the 3rd, it's the 1st right now, and it says ready to schedule. So now the next part is going to be taking all of these and saying, all right, these all look good. I'm going to now say schedule all these for me. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. It is a bit of a weird process with Airtable because of some certain quirks, but trust me, it is still going to save you a bunch of time, and it is not that big of a deal. So let's get into the next step. Okay, everybody, now we are in the data tab of our Airtable. We're no longer in the interfaces side, and we are going to be using this button here. And the reason we need to be in this data tab instead of the interfaces is because for some reason Airtable doesn't let you use buttons on interfaces. I know, it's kind of silly. Hopefully they're working on it. But anyways, we have this extension that is running a script, and this script is called schedule in bulk, so you could probably imagine what it's going to do. It's going to take every record here that we've repurposed from this newsletter post, and it's going to send it to another make automation, which is going to iterate over all of these and schedule them to buffer according to their platform and the times that we'd like to post them. So I'm going to run this automation, and then we're going to go to the automation. So I'm going to run the script, and then we're going to go to the automation, and I'm going to show you how that works. And okay, so as you can see, we are scheduling everything, and let's go take a look at the buffer. All right, so in buffer we have, want to know the secret to capitalizing LinkedIn's explosive video trend? Here are 3 phases to ride the wave from newbie to guru. Yada 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 yada. Okay, and we've got 5 tweets scheduled. LinkedIn videos having a moment. Fixed. Okay, so we got a couple posted here. I think some of these are posted out a bit further. August. Okay. Okay, so just to recap what we did here, and I'm just going to draw it out a little bit. So the first automation, we had the newsletter being sent out, and then it triggered the webhook, which was our Beehiiv automation. Bear with me. This is going to be a little honeycomb. And that's when we scraped it. We scraped it, and then we repurposed it through a series of prompts in different routes. So that is a very lovely drawing of me trying to explain what we did in the first half. And then once we had gotten all the repurposed content, we then ran a script which sent the pieces of repurposed content to our automation that you're seeing right here, and scheduling them to our buffer accounts with the respective platforms and times that we want to schedule. So if you enjoyed the video, please drop a like, drop a comment. If you have any questions, you can join my school. Again, it is completely free, and we talk about how to lean into your creativity using future technologies. This is like AI and anything else that is coming up. We want to see how we can actually be more human. We can be more creative. We can be more prolific. And if you haven't signed up for Beehiiv, I promise you it is the best decision you're ever going to make. It is the #1 newsletter platform in the world, in the universe. They are going to be crushing everybody else. I believe that 100%. So I'll leave a link for you to go sign up there if you haven't signed up already in the description as well below. And that is the video, guys. So till next time, much love and peace, y'all.